Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. I'm Mike Amos, hoping that you're doing well this morning on a Thursday as we head toward a weekend and, of course, short week this week. And you know, a lot of folks, a lot of the school kids still out. In fact, most everybody's still out. Troy University starts back next Monday. I believe that's when they start. And most of the public schools start back on Monday, and should be good time, though, to next few days to do something special with your kids. Take them to the beach. I know it's rainy. Go to the mountains. Do something special. Go to Atlanta, and you know you can go to Atlanta and go to their wonderful. I call it. I want to call it a natatorium, but that's where people swim. But of course, it's a wonderful place where you can see all the aquatic, and all the animals. I've got caught on something, Steve, here, but they have a aquarium in Atlanta that's really outstanding, and a quick trip over there would be a lot of fun to go through, take your kids through the aquarium and let them see all the giant fish they've got over there, from sharks to whales, whatever you want, you'll find them at the aquarium in Atlanta. Of course, hope everybody had a nice holiday. I did. I was able to move around a little bit and see. First of all, we got started with a wonderful victory for Troy, 42-32 over Buffalo, and then we went on to start our Christmas holidays, and was able to spend a lot of time with my grandkids. And I know a lot of you felt the same way. Was hey, we just got a good kick start winning that bowl game in Mobile, and of course, good crowd from Troy made the trip. I don't know what the official count was for the bowl game, but over there on my side, the Troy side, seemed to have a good crowd there, and I think Troy, covered the game pretty well, or supported the game pretty well, especially in the Mobile area. A lot of Troy graduates in the Mobile area, and a lot of folks really had a good time. The Mardi Gras parade was nice. Of course, the Troy University band played, marched in that Mardi Gras band. And of course, Mardi Gras season is getting underway very soon, if it hasn't already. Good morning, you on Today in LA. How you doing?
Hi, morning.
Where you calling from?
A wet and dreary Birmingham, Alabama.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been wet and dreary here. In fact, I backed off of the concrete getting out of my back part of my yard yesterday and got stuck. It was really tough.
Really?
It was just that soft. The ground is soft.
I mean, it's been like this all winter up here in Birmingham. I'm sure the same way in Troy. I mean, it rains about 5 days a week, and then you have about 2 days of sunlight. So it's kind of depressing weather, to say the least. And then it's cold rain when it rains. So it's definitely, I think it's the nor'easter, I think is what they call it, that we've had around here the last couple of years. That it could bring snow every once in a while, but other than that, it's just nasty rain, it seems like.
Yeah. The Montgomery Advertiser says Brown might be candidate for the West Virginia opening. It doesn't look as positive as it did before. I don't know what's happening. Another head coach opening is in the college ranks, and Troy's Neil Brown is again being mentioned as a possible replacement. Brown is reportedly among the coaches most coveted to replace Dana Holgerson at West Virginia.
Yeah, we were wrong about Neil Brown's buyout. Neil Brown's buyout's not $300,000; it's $2.9 million.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where'd you hear that?
I mean, I've read up on it.
Well, I'll tell you where we saw it was in the newspaper.
Yeah, it's $2.9 million. So I don't know if something happened and they changed it after the bowl season or what.
That's good for Troy. That's good for Troy, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's definitely better than 300,000 like people were talking about. But, this is going to be a choice for Neil Brown. Do you come back to Troy and, maybe have your best team you've ever had, and then maybe have your choice of any school coming open, that's out there, or do you want to go ahead and settle with West Virginia and, has a traditionally good program? I mean, Don Neely coached there, Bobby Bowden coached there. Rich Rodriguez had a good run there. I mean, they've traditionally been good, but in the Big 12, I mean, are you going to be able to compete with Oklahoma and Texas?
Yeah, I know it.
I mean, I know West Virginia beat Texas this year, lost to Oklahoma, but it's one of those type things. I don't know. I don't know if you wait and for a big one next year. I mean, next year you might can make a job, get a job making $4 million instead of 2.75.
Yeah, but you can't get greedy, though. I tell you.
I know you can't get greedy, but it's one of those type things. I mean, do you jump at? I mean, because he's been through this so many times over the last couple of years. Arizona was really close last year, and then Kansas State this year was really close. Louisville was close. I mean, it's one of those type things where I don't know. I mean, I hear it's his job or Luke Pickle's job, the Cincinnati coach.
Pickle had a great year at Cincinnati.
Neil Brown's the top choice, is what you're hearing. So, I mean, the thing Neil Brown, I mean, which everybody points out is, you went at LSU 2 years ago, and then this year you went at Nebraska. You're not supposed to be able to do that with a Sun Devil school.
Yeah, I know it.
I mean, when it's all said and done, I mean, I think if he gets offered this job, it'd be too hard to pass up.
I think it would too. Of course, Kansas State, he was was one of the top 2 or 3 candidates.
Yeah,
there.
the only reason the Klondike guy from
Texas
North Dakota State got the job is the athletic director came from North Dakota State.
Oh, did he? That had a lot to do with it, I'm sure.
That's at Kansas State, yeah. So, I mean, I'll say this. I mean, West Virginia is the only thing in that state. They have rabid fans that love that university. Bob Huggins has done an unbelievable job with the basketball program there. Of course, he's a West Virginia alum. I mean, I think he'd get tremendous support there.
One of the greatest players to ever play the game came out of West Virginia. Do you know who that is?
He's the NBA basketball logo, Jerry West.
Yeah, that's right. The great Jerry West. Then they had a guard named Hot Rod Hundley.
He ended up being a radio or TV guy.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Exactly right. Of course,
tickets for the national championship game are continually to go lower and lower and lower. The average ticket now for the national championship game, which is unheard of, is like $150.
Huh.
So there's just not many people that can afford that trip out there. I mean, you're going across the country. You're going from Clemson, South Carolina, or Tuscaloosa, or anywhere from the state of Alabama and South Carolina to San Francisco to Santa Clara Stadium, in a stadium that only holds 68,000. It's really the airplane, the cost of hotels, that everybody's just like, do I want to drop $6,000 or $7,000 to go see a football game?
God, surely you wouldn't spend that much, would you?
Oh, easily. With the plane flight and the hotel and just going to the game.
The tickets.
And stuff like that
where did I get $500 for the tickets?
I mean, that's what the face value are. But these are tickets,
okay, yeah.
That people have bought that.
Go to StubHub and can buy it for. Is that right?
Yeah. Jim Jackson will know more about it. Jim will. I just got a text from Jim from Bill Jackson Chevrolet. He's going to be on at 7:30 today.
Is he?
Yeah, he's gonna come on just for 30 minutes until 8 o'clock. He said, but
okay, good.
He'll know more about all the ticket type stuff as well. But of course, Alabama continues to get ready. A lot of people were concerned that Christian Miller, who pulled his hamstring, he didn't have a tear, but he had a pull against Oklahoma. Tell people about hamstring injuries. Those are hard to come back from.
I know all about it. I tell you exactly. And the worst thing to do is come back too soon. Yeah,
what about your senior year for the national championship? Wouldn't you try to come back if you could?
Yeah, they'd have to tape him up real good, and they do that sometime.
Of course, he's one of Alabama's team captains. He's got 9 sacks on the season. It's gonna be one of those situations where I think he'll try to play if he can.
Yeah. Well, they slowed down on Brown. He was the solid candidate at first, but now this guy from Cincinnati is in the mix, and of course he is outstanding coach. Probably was probably a top 2 or 3 coach of the year guy. Of course, the coach of the year most of the time has gone to our friend at UAB, Mike.
Yeah, Bill Clark.
Yeah, Bill Clark was named to another coach of the year honor this yesterday, and so congratulations to him. Bill Clark has come a long way from Prattville, Alabama. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's from some small town in East Alabama. I think he's from around the Anniston area, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know exactly. In fact, somebody that knows that, I would like to hear from him, because he really has done a great job, and I always wondered where all this good coaching came from.
Yeah, you got to wonder. Clark, he was supposed to sign that big extension to be paid $1.5 million. I guess it still has to be finally approved by the Board of Trustees, so he's supposed to become the highest paid coach in Conference USA.
Who?
Bill Clark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did a big contract extension. He's supposed to be paid $1.5 million to $1.6 million.
Exactly. Of course, again,
but I mean that's huge money in Conference USA.
Oh yeah, no question. From what I gathered, the West Virginia was talking about 11 million over the next 4 years or something like that. What was
that's $2.75 million.
Yeah, which is I tell you, I mean, you couldn't blame anybody for jumping from Troy to West Virginia in that situation. He's making about $800,000 at Troy, 700, 800,000.
He's making around $850,000.
Well, after he gets, of course, a lot of people don't realize it, but they get a lot of there are a lot of incentives in their contracts. Like win a conference championship or win a bowl game or whatever. So I think it probably went up to as high as $800,000 this year. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, but I think your coach's salaries as well. I mean, I think he wanted Coach Conan to make more and all his assistants to make more as well. So
now, who are some guys out there? Let's just say
it's one of those things where I feel like that's the biggest thing is will Vic Conan go, which I would think he would be part of the deal, and then will Matt Moore go? Great offensive line coach. I mean, he'd be one of the guys you would have to pay a lot to go, and then how many of these other guys on your staff, do you bring? Do you bring everybody? Some coaches want to bring every single staff member, and
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you
in a situation where they have guys that have been there a long time and been loyal to the program that might not want to go with Holgerson to Houston.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this right now. We got a call coming in now. Let me put you on hold a second, and we'll bring this call in. Good morning, you on Today in LA. How you doing?
You got me.
All right. Let's see. They went off. They dropped off. So we'll catch them in a few minutes.
That was Coach Brown calling in, just saying that this.
Yeah. You don't know what you're talking about. Hey, shut your mouth. It hasn't happened yet. I'm sure. And of course, I'll tell you this: if I was a coach leaving to go to another position, the number one guy that I would pick to go with me would be my best recruiter. Would you?
Yeah.
Now, you got to have players, and I
think his best recruiter is Al Poe.
Yeah, Poe is a great coach and a great recruiter, so you're exactly right. He would be one of them, and you can't help but be proud for if it happens. Proud for him, and proud for him if he stays at Troy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all for him staying at Troy, but this young coach gets a chance to go to the University of West Virginia. I would imagine West Virginia probably had 30,000 students on campus.
Yeah, that's funny. I was just looking at that. That's right at 30,000.
Yeah, and of course the stadium holds, 65,000, 70,000?
Yeah, that's a pretty big stadium.
And, of course, they love their football, and you couldn't blame him at all if he gets the shot. But now, since it's there's been a big change.
The basketball arena holds 14,000.
Oh yeah, they're a huge basketball school. It's a great school, really no question about it. In the foothills of the
It's not in the foothills; it's in the Appalachians.
Yeah, right there in the middle of the Appalachians. I don't know how high it is.
It's a beautiful state, man. It really is.
Yeah, of course. That's where some of the there are not a lot of good ski slopes in the east, but they have a few of them around the.
The best place to ski on the East Coast is in West Virginia. It's called Snowshoe, West Virginia. I went there back in college.
Yeah, that's right. And, of course, not too far from Boone, North Carolina.
Pretty amazing. A bunch of Troy students would go skiing up in Boone. I mean, not in Boone, but in Snowshoe, West Virginia. Big groups of students would go up there, and my goodness, it was like a 12-and-a-half-hour drive.
Yeah, it was. Through the mountains and so forth. But everything remains to be seen, and of course, since this coach from Cincinnati, I would think he would definitely be interested. I don't think Cincinnati's going to pay a football coach $2 or $3 million. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how much Tuberville made when he was there.
Yeah, I'm sure Tuberville had he had a pretty good deal, though, I'm sure.
Well, the best thing about it, is they have John Denver singing "Take Me Home, Country Road."
I know it, and I tell you, every time I hear him sing, I hate it for him. He was flying his own plane and went down.
But maybe we'll know something about it in the week. Sometimes these things drag out, and sometimes they want the national exposure, so sometimes you might not see a decision until that national championship game where you see that ticker going, and that pops up about 100 times during a national championship game, the new coach.
Yeah. Want to say hello to all the folks at Little Caesars. What a great meal. Probably the best meal in town for $5.36.
I know. They got one in Birmingham, and they keep on advertising a thin crust, which is my favorite.
Yeah, I love it, yeah.
$6.
And I tell you what, it's a good pizza, and probably the best, no question, the best meal in town for the money. And of course, they've been in the.
It's funny, when I was growing up, Troy had a Little Caesars, and it was famous because it had the square cut pizza.
Yeah, that's right.
Which was really unique, but they kind of gone away from that.
Yeah.
New concept that came out, but if you don't have a Little Caesars in the college town, I mean, you're missing out.
All right, and then for about $6 and change, you've got additional meat on the pizza, so they give, which is a bargain. And then of course they've got a 3-meat pizza that's also excellent. They just have great food and of course good people, and it's quick. You ride down the road and say, man, I'm hungry and I don't have time to stop or spending time eating. So drop by and grab that pizza hot and ready, and you're off and running. Whether or not you're driving somewhere or you just need to eat quick and go to another place. Let me put you on hold here a second, Mike. Good morning, you're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Good morning, Mike. It's Will Matthews. What you up to?
Will Matthews, how you doing, Will? It is rainy in Troy. How about where you are?
Well, it's just cloudy down in Dothan. I'm headed to Elba, Alabama today for a trial.
Okay, downtown Elba, Alabama. Is that right?
That's right.
Of course, how old would you think that courthouse is there in Elba?
Probably 100 years old.
I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to bring both of y'all in. I got another caller on. Don't put you on hold now. Call back if I miss you. And we're going to go from here to here. And here to here. All right, you on, Mike? Or is that Will?
Yeah, I'm on.
All right, Will, you on? We're going to bring Will in now. All right, there we go. We got them all on now. Will driving down the road. Are you heading for Elba right now, or where are you?
Headed to Elba. I'm on 84. Headed to Elba.
Is it raining where you are?
No, it's not raining, but it's just cloudy.
Yeah, exactly right. How's everything else going? What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Not much. I'm kind of curious what's going on in Troy.
Well, we are too. Mike Amos is on the other line, calling from Birmingham, and I know this, that the Cincinnati coach is now in the Lou Pickle, who is the Cincinnati coach, did a great job with them this year. He's now in the picture, so there's a little competition there.
Pickle's a great coach, and he used to coach at Ohio State, and he played for Ohio State.
Yeah, that's right. He was Mike. What was he? A line coach or what? Hello, Mike. Maybe Mike dropped off. I don't know for sure, but I thought he was on our three-way speak. He lost out to some pretty good coaches. He was a big candidate for the job at Kansas State. He was a candidate for the job at Texas Tech. He was a candidate of 2 or 3 other places, and now he's got a shot at this one here, and we'll just have to wait and see, I reckon.
Yep. That's the way it works.
Louisville, he was a candidate at Louisville. He gave that to Satterfield, the fine coach at Appalachian State, and Chris Killerman, the guy at Kansas State. I don't know much about him. And Matt Wells took the job at Texas Tech. So, I thought we were going to get by with it, but this job came up open because Dana Holgerson took the job at Houston. They're gonna pay him $4 million a year.
That was a surprise for him to go from a Power 5 conference to the Little 5 conferences. That's kind of a surprise. He'd leave a big conference for a little conference.
Yeah, well, it is.
They're paying him a pile of money, though.
Just think of the money in Houston, man. Oh man,
yeah.
They could
him $20 million. $20 million for 4 years.
Oh yeah, that's a heck of a deal, isn't it? And
yeah. Oh yeah.
But and of course he's a good coach. He's he's real known for his offensive scoring machines, and nowadays you got to score a lot of points to make people happy for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Can you believe that Michigan State and Oregon, what was that score, 7-6 or something like that, or 6-3?
7-6, yeah.
I mean, you used to, Oregon would score 60 at every game.
Well, Stanford beat Pittsburgh 14-13.
That's right.
That was a low scoring
game. Oh yeah,
game.
exactly. And then on the other hand, Auburn scored 63 and could have scored 83, couldn't they?
Oh, easily. They were on the 1 yard line with a minute to go.
And
down on it.
A lot of people don't realize this, that Alabama was inside the 5 yard line and hit a knee.
Oh yeah, they took 2 knees. I mean, they would have easily scored.
That sort of upset the fan base, though, that had all their money at what, 15 and a half?
They lost. Yeah, if they bet on Alabama, they lost.
Yeah. What's the line look like right now with Clemson?
It's 6.5, and the over/under 61.
6.5 and 61. Everybody says that they'll probably play. It'll be a defensive battle, but I don't know. What do you think about that 61 points?
I think they'll score a lot of points. 2 years ago in Tampa, when we lost, I think the score was 7-3 or something at the half, and it wound up 35-31 or something like that.
Exactly, yeah.
So they really scored the second half. So, a lot of times you'll see that in these big games. They'll be nervous starting out, and then they'll loosen up. Exactly.
I was looking here, there's certain things, a way to look at it, but you move some figures around, you get a pretty good deal. You could get, you could give Clemson an additional 10. You could make it minus 51 instead of 61, and Alabama minus a half. That's not bad, is it?
No, you could, but that's why they play the game. I mean, anything could happen, and nobody really knows
Exactly
until they
right.
get out there.
Of course, Will, just coming back from the Orange Bowl. Well, let me ask this now. I went to the Orange Bowl about 20 years ago, and Alabama lost to Michigan, and Brady was the quarterback at Michigan. And
Right.
but we paid regular price for the tickets. But when we got to the game, they were practically giving away tickets. Was it like that, or was the ticket pretty hard to get at that game?
Mike, they were selling tickets for $50 a piece.
That's what I was fixing to say.
There are tickets everywhere for that game.
Yeah, I had a feeling it'd be like that, and so anybody could have gone down there and gotten that game pretty much. Is that right?
And many people did. I mean, there were a lot of tickets outside the stadium.
Did you have fun? Where'd y'all eat?
Oh, we had a great time, and we ate at Billy's rock crab, stone crab, Billy's stone crab on the bay, and it was unbelievable.
Good. Was a lot of people in the water?
Oh yeah, they're out on boats and stuff. It was 82 degrees.
Oh yeah, you could tell it was hot, and I think that could have had something to do with the way the game was played. It was very hot.
Both teams, the second half, both defenses were just wore out.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, exactly right. Talking to Will Matthews from the Matthews Law Firm in Ozark today, and of course, you been practicing law how many years now?
37.
And of course, you have, like you said, you're going to be in Elba trying a case, or not trying a case, but
yeah, trying a case with my daughter.
Oh yeah, well yeah, exactly. And and of course, you've been in that old courthouse in Elba many times, haven't you?
Yeah. You were asking me how old it is. I know it's at least as old as 1929 because that's when the big flood was.
That's right.
And somebody took a picture from an airplane of the water over Elba, and it was up to the roof of the courthouse.
Oh, that was unbelievable. You know, the last big flood, I was down there for that, and I think it went above those big, tall windows. I think it went above that. That's how deep it was.
It went up to it. Yeah, it was halfway up the third floor. I mean, it was way up.
You know, the folks in Elba are some of the most resilient people in the world, I believe. You know, they built right back. You know, and now of course they raised the levee to try to keep the water out. But you know, it's no real sure deal that it won't happen again one day.
It could.
I tell you what, this is the kind of rain. This is. I was telling somebody this morning. I backed out of my back driveway and got on some dirt, and I never got out of there, and because the ground is so soft.
Oh yeah, it's been raining all month.
Yeah, exactly right. Of course, Will, I had someone. Well, of course, you just mentioned that you can buy a ticket now for $150 or $50.
No, this was last Friday. You could buy one at the gate for $50.
Oh, you mean at the Orange Bowl?
Yeah. I don't know what the championship tickets.
Yeah.
They're still going for $300 or $400 a piece.
Well, I know there's several people around here that got them for sale. People are just just soon watch it on TV.
Yeah, it's just a lot of money to go out there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and of course it's going to be a big game. And something everybody's talking about Clemson, and I remember the last time they played. Alabama beat them 24-7 or something like that.
That was in New Orleans 2 years ago.
Yeah, beat them pretty good.
That was last year in New Orleans.
Yeah. Now I know this young quarterback is good, and this young receiver who comes out of Phoenix City, both of them are pure freshmen. But it's a different setup now where Alabama can work on just a drop back passer out of the shotgun with a pretty good running attack, and of course the guy can throw it, but at the same time, you can coach against that kind of offense. The thing you can't coach against is the kind of offense that Oklahoma was running. He looks down the field and he can't find a receiver. then he makes all kinds of things happen when he runs it.
Right.
Troy, I mean, Alabama can shut down. That's the way I look at it. And it's going to be hard to shut down their pass, but I think they'll shut the run down. I think Alabama will shut the run down and make Clemson have to throw it almost every down. What do you think?
Well, Clemson's offensive line will be the best offensive line we played this year. And it's going to be interesting to see how their offensive line does against our defensive line.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think that's where the game will be won. I'm going to tell you, number 92 for Alabama, Quinnen Williams.
Yeah.
He is a man.
Oh,
And I would love
yeah.
to be his agent when he goes pro in a couple of years, or probably after next year, because he's a sophomore.
Guess who Neil Brown's agent is?
I hope it's Jimmy Sexton.
Yeah, it is. He's got everybody's. Most every coach uses Sexton.
Well, if he's Jimmy Sexton's coach, I can predict what's going to happen.
Okay, what would it be?
If he does not get the West Virginia job, guess where he'll go?
Oh, Tennessee?
No, it's very simple.
I don't know.
Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that's right. But can Cincinnati pay a big salary?
Oh, yeah. Fickle makes $2 million now.
Does he?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's pretty good money.
He makes good money. He makes good money.
That's over $1 million more than the coach makes, you know.
Yeah, and Cincinnati is the highest paid coach in the Group of Five conferences, except for Holgerson, who's going to Houston. He's now the highest paid.
Yeah.
And the guy at Central Florida makes about $2 million.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's done a good job at Central Florida too.
Yeah.
Of course, everything remains to be seen, and but like you said, if Pickle left Cincinnati, there would be another job. The Cincinnati job would be open. I'm gonna put you on hold, Will. I'll be right back. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A.
Hey, morning.
All right. Did you drop off of me, or did I lose you?
No, I dropped off. And
That's what I thought. I'm gonna put you on hold here and see if I can bring you on in. Hit the wrong one. There we go. Y'all on now?
I'm on.
I am, yeah.
All right, there we go. Of course, come on up here.
I'm on
up here, Jim.
Sports, their site, and it's got the WVU coach and hot board, and all you see is a picture of Neil Brown.
Yeah, I got you. We're going to take a short break. Hey, Will, stay on the line. We got Jim Jackson going to be in here, so stay on the line. We'll be right back with you.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile. You saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
I'm under.
We're back.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Jim Jackson has joined us, and with Bill Jackson Chevrolet right here in Troy. And of course, did you get all the snow skiing that you wanted to get?
We had a blast, man. The weather was great.
I saw a picture of you. And did you go up the big slopes?
Yeah. We skied Deer Valley 4 or 5 times. Never went anywhere else. My daughter got back on the slopes after her accident 6 years ago.
Well, good.
She got hurt in her first never-ever lesson and hadn't been back since. But she went back this time and took lessons a couple of days.
Were y'all out there for Christmas, or did y'all go?
We went out Christmas Eve, and were there for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then we're there for New Year's Eve. Came back New Year's Day.
Y'all had a good time.
We had a really good time. It was a good trip. Got a lot of snow.
A lot of people out there.
It was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed.
You went to Utah.
Park City, Utah.
Park
It was
City,
4 degrees below zero on New Year's morning when we left to come home.
Was that the Wasatch Mountains or the Tetons? What was it?
I don't know if that's
the Rockies, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Rockies. The Teton Mountain Range is up in the Wyoming area.
Wyoming, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jackson Hole area.
All right, yeah. Of course, we were talking sports this morning on our show. Will Matthews is joining us from Ozark.
What's going on with these championship tickets? On StubHub, you can get a ticket to the game for $115.
Well, it was the same way 2 years ago when they played in Phoenix.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Yeah, I walked in the game in Phoenix with 2 tickets in my pocket, and I carried 4. I said I walked in the game in Phoenix with 2 tickets in my pocket, and I carried 4 out there for a buddy of mine in Tuscaloosa, and sold his 2 first, and then walked in with 2 of mine and 2 of his in my back pocket that were never used.
For a national championship game?
Yep, I did sell 1 of mine for $100.
Yeah.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
Will tell us what the price was for the Alabama game last weekend.
$50.
$50.
Yeah.
You could have bought a ticket to get in the Alabama game.
Well, that's just one of those things that's going to happen when you send 2 teams from the East Coast out west.
That's
Because
right.
as soon as they announce a game, all the airlines jack the flights up to $1,500.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Mike, what is the flights out of Birmingham going right now?
I think $1,100.
So it's not going to be as hard to get the ticket, but they're going to make those airlines are going to make a lot of money.
I bet they're already booked. I bet you can't get an airline ticket.
Well, they're still advertising, Will. They're still advertising some of the game day trips.
Yeah,
that's expensive.
They got 8. Yeah, well, that's I think that's $1,300 a person, and between United and maybe American, they added 8 out of Birmingham. And they're still not full, but you can get on, but it's $1,300 a person.
All right, that would be leaving at what time, Mike?
I think there's one that flies out that morning of the game.
That's right, it comes back after the game.
They're going
How
to
do they do
leave.
that?
See, California's 2 hours behind us, so they can leave probably 9 o'clock in the morning, which is 7 out there, and you'll be there by noon, their time.
Yeah.
And that'll give you the afternoon leading up to the game, and then I'm sure they'll shuttle you back and get you back pretty quick.
Is the game a night game or regular?
Isn't it 8 Eastern, 7 Central, which will be 5 out there?
He'll tell you right here.
Yeah, it's 7.
7, yeah, it's a night game.
So, out there it'll be an afternoon game. It'll be 5 o'clock.
Right. That's right.
You know, even if you went to Vegas, the drive's almost 10.5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a long way.
Yeah, they got it figured out. And this stadium only seats 68,000.
I know.
It's a small stadium. It's where San Francisco 49ers play.
Yep.
Yeah, no question about it.
If you're going to play out west, why don't you play the Rose Bowl where you can get 95,000 people?
Imagine how cheap those tickets would be in this scenario if you get 95,000 people in there.
No question about it. No question
Now,
about it.
the first time when Alabama played Texas out there, it was packed. But then, the next time they had the game there, it was...
That was when it was... Yeah, but that really... When it was banned, there was just 2 teams, and that was it.
Correct. And then the first... was 13 the last year before the playoff, and that's when Auburn played Florida State out there, and you could buy tickets for $10 the night before.
Oh, boy.
Because, again, they had 2 East Coast teams playing in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
So how many of the national championship games have you been to, Jim?
I have not missed one since 09, including the Auburn-Oregon game for my wife in 2010.
Yeah, I went to only one I've been to is Alabama LSU, the rematch in New Orleans.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 of the semifinals I did not go to. I was not at the Alabama-Michigan State game. I did not go to the semi this year in Miami.
Are you going to St. Clair?
I am.
Oh, y'all got a group going?
My son and I.
Oh, your son?
Yeah.
And then, of course,
his senior year.
Yeah.
I keep saying every year, well, I won't have to do this again. But I don't know. They just.
When will you be leaving?
Probably tomorrow or Saturday.
Yeah, so you'll be out, get out there and enjoy some of the hoopla.
Yes. Right? I've never been to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
I went for the Silicon Bowl, and it was just miserable, the rain out there.
I think what you got to do, you got to go to the Golden Gate Bridge and go over that, and then go up the hill over there.
Yeah, go up there to those giant trees.
To the city. Yeah, the redwoods.
The redwoods.
Redwoods, yeah, they're not far from there.
You've never been to Pebble Beach? That's hard to believe.
I have not.
I know it. It really is.
I played 7 or 8 golf courses in Palm Springs.
Now listen to this. Will, how many times you played Pebble Beach?
4 or 5 probably.
Yeah. How does it compare with any other course that you played?
You know, Mike, I thought it was a very easy golf course to me, but you know they trick it up for tournaments. But
well, the wind has a lot to do with it, doesn't it? The wind.
I played in the college tournament when I was at Vandy out there, and we played Pebble Beach and Cypress Point, and there was another club.
And there's Spyglass out there?
We didn't play that one. Now, we played Del Monte. Those were the 3 courses we played. And then they had a cut, and then the teams that made the cut played Pebble Beach again.
Are you telling me you shot under? Are you saying you shot under par at Pebble Beach?
I'm thinking in that tournament I shot like a 71 and a 70. Par was 72 back then. Wow. Now it's 71 now. But at Spyglass, I had the best. Not Spyglass, Cypress Point. I shot the best round I ever shot in college. And our coach told us on 16 at Cypress, it's 230 yards over the ocean. And you can lay up to the left with like a 5 or 6 iron and then chip on the green. And he told everybody's supposed to hit a 5 or 6 iron and chip on the green. Most you're going to make some bogey, and you might make a par. Well, I got up there, and I was 3 under par for the day. And I said, hell, I'm never going to come back here. I took a 1 iron, and I drilled it about 2 feet from the hole and made a birdie. So after the round
1 iron, hey, not many people hit a 1 iron. Do you ever hit a 1 iron, Jim?
I hadn't in 20 years, 25 years.
The coach said, how in the world did you make a birdie? I said, Coach, I pitched it in from about 40 yards out to the left of the green.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to tell him I went for it.
Yeah. You know, back to this football game, who would you rather defend, Oklahoma or Clemson? I mean, if you had to set up a plan to defend your defensive plan, either against Oklahoma or Clemson, which would you pick?
I think Clemson's going to be tougher because they got more athletes.
Well, I think that
the Oklahoma scheme with the guy they got pulling the trigger is probably tougher.
This guy is not a running quarterback from
correct.
what I gather.
They take away one of the elements.
So they can take away one of those.
But he's a lot more accurate than Murray is.
It's hard to defend.
They've got a running back that's very good down at UTN. He is a good running back.
Yes.
Yeah, I know he's real fast and so forth. But Mike, what is your view of the game?
Oh, I mean, my biggest thing is Alabama's health on defense. You know, you got Christian Miller out. Anthony Jennings is a little banged up as well. I mean, you got some guys that have got to be at full strength, and I just hope that Alabama can make Lawrence make some mistakes. Being a freshman quarterback, but I mean the guy.
And you're right. He's a great.
The guy looks flawless. I think he never lost in high school. Never lost in college. I mean, he's the
never
type
lost
guy that got Paul Tyson, Bear Bryant's great grandson, is emulating him in practice right now because he's 6'5"
And you mean he's already practicing with the team?
Yeah.
This guy from Alabama.
All the early enrollees. That went early.
That played at
Hewitt
Trustful is already practicing with Alabama making the trip.
I don't think he gets to make the trip.
Yeah, okay.
But
I don't think he gets to make the trip.
But he does
you know,
get to go through bowl practice.
But
isn't that amazing?
I think the key is Alabama's just going to flat out have to outscore. I think Tua is going to have to play flawless like he did against Oklahoma, and I think this is going to be a pretty high-scoring game.
I would agree.
Mike, one thing you need to understand, too, is a freshman, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now,
this first
He's
year.
the coolest freshman I've ever seen, though. Let me tell you the biggest play in the game, and I talked about it yesterday, that turned the whole game around. You remember when number 33 reached out and grabbed him by the jersey, the quarterback by the jersey, and stopped him for about a 2
That's
yard
the second play of the game.
All right.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do that, no telling where this guy goes. He's going to probably gain at least 30 and maybe go for a touchdown because it was wide open field. He reaches out and grabbed him by the jersey. And I think Alabama was already up 7.
They were. Alabama got the ball first and scored. That was Oklahoma's second offensive.
That's right.
Second or third offensive.
That's
play.
right. And the game had been 7-7 instead of 14-0. You know, after that
I thought
play.
the dumbest call the whole game is when they played defense instead of taking the ball on offense.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Yeah, you mean Oklahoma?
Yeah, they won the coin toss and deferred.
Yeah. Now, I agree so wholeheartedly, and I want to know what you were feeling. Back-to-back penalties made them kick from the 5-yard line. I want to say 5-yard line.
Oh, the fair catch.
All right, why? I mean, he would have probably scored, probably.
Well, I don't know if he'd have scored, but then, you know,
But
they got the
Alabama
ball in
said that-
midfield instead of on their own 20.
That's right, and that was a boo-boo play there, and I don't know why.
And the guy that called the fair catch is not even the one that caught the ball.
Yeah, Brian
Yeah, I know,
Robinson called the
exactly.
fair catch.
Yep.
Man, oh man, that was also a big play in the game, and thank goodness, you know, Alabama made up for it. And
I mean, Josh Jacobs is a lot of boards got him as a first-round pick now. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I can see that because he's so versatile.
Yeah, how good was Oklahoma? And
Offensively,
were
you know,
you concerned the
with
whole
their-
ball game?
I don't think Oklahoma was ever in the game.
Yeah, you don't really believe it?
I don't think they were ever in the game. Now, I think Alabama did give them a chance when Jedrick Wills got 3 penalties in a row on that last drive.
Man,
If not for that, they would. I think they'd
they
scored
never
a
did pull
touchdown.
him, did they? They kept him in the game.
Well, they were already without Deontay Brown, who
Yeah.
didn't make the trip, so they were shorthanded anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Brown failed the drug test. That's why he's out.
Yeah,
the
that's what I
physical
figured.
part of it, and I think people are right. I think the physical part of this game, they're about even, Steven. In fact, the Clemson's front office line is probably better than Alabama's. Wouldn't you think?
Offensive line, no. I don't think
so?
their offensive front is. I think their defensive front is. The guy from Clemson going to play that didn't play last week?
No, Lawrence is out for the whole playoffs.
Okay, so he's done. His suspension was. He must not have made his grades or
Yeah,
something.
he failed a drug test too.
Must have been his second time.
Yeah, he had like performance enhancement type drug test.
Oh, that's right. That was that steroid deal.
Yeah.
That was that steroid deal.
They say in Birmingham that Clemson's secondary is really poor. And you look back to the South Carolina game when they put up 500 yards and 39 points on Clemson. That's what they say. If Alabama can block that defensive line,
That's the key.
that Tua should light them up.
I like Alabama in this game. I really do. I think because we can shut down the run and make this guy. And this guy's going to throw it, but he's still a freshman. I don't care what anybody says. This is going to be a lot of pressure on him. What do you think? Will, what do you
agree.
think?
I mean, it's a big stage, but he's been on the big stage before.
Yeah, no question
He's
about
got-
it.
Go ahead and pick the game. What do y'all think the score's going to be?
Tua's got one more college start than that guy does. That's
Correct. The biggest difference is Tua's got another year in the system.
No, he didn't take over. He didn't take over the starting.
No, but he was a second stringer the freshman year, and he's been practicing in the system that he's in for 2 years now, where Trevor Lawrence has only been practicing in the system he's in for 1 year.
Yeah, that's right.
The Tua's only
But
played.
Lawrence didn't take over to the fourth game.
Yeah, correct.
Trevor Lawrence had to be impressive for him to take that guy's job away from him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Oh, I mean, he can throw it, there's no question, but I think the long hair is going to get in his way. Then somebody going to grab him by that hair, what they're going to do, probably. Alabama, of course, people still don't give them credit for having a good defense, but they're giving up 32 points to Oklahoma. That's pretty good if you
Well,
hold them.
there were several first of the year against Oklahoma. The fewest points, fewest yards in the first half. I mean, there were several things that Alabama did that was pretty impressive defensively, I thought.
How many people were at the game?
I mean, that's not a game where you go in expecting to hold them to 100 yards and no points in the first half.
Exactly.
You get out and hold them to 10, 14 points. You've had a pretty successful half.
Yeah. How many people were at the game?
Do we'll go? I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
we
win.
sold out.
That's right. Yeah. So you didn't go to this game. Are you out? Snow.
Yeah, I was out.
Was you able to? Of course, you watched it out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one day we didn't plan anything.
Had a big fire going.
We already knew. Turn the gas logs on.
Oh, did you? And I'm like that too. Ladies and gentlemen, you can get gas logs right here in downtown Troy today if you want them. And I love gas logs.
Do we figure out the first part where we staying?
Well,
I mean, it can't be good for me, I know, but
why is that?
I missed a lot of them.
Well, everybody
a lot
missed
of them too, man. The phones have been all over the place.
A lot of us missed a lot of them.
I mean, the SEC alone, the SEC only finished 6-5.
All right, this is where Michael looked, and one thing I didn't have you circled on, and that was real clear. You did pick Nevada over Arkansas State. Is that right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I picked Arkansas State.
Yeah, I think I was the one that picked Nevada.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, that's my writing.
Yeah, I know. You usually do, Michael.
Led that game the whole time, and Nevada came back in the last seconds and took the lead, and then Arkansas State kicked the field goal and went to overtime.
Yeah, exactly. And here is me right here, and I was, I lost about 18 and 19.
North Carolina A&T won. Utah State won, didn't they?
Yeah.
Tulane
They
beat
won big.
Tulane beat
State was really
Louisiana.
good.
Tulane beat Louisiana.
That's right.
Yeah, blew them out.
Fresno State beat Arizona State. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right.
Georgia Southern,
all right,
App State,
all right.
UAB won.
All
That's a
right.
big win.
Let's start from the beginning. All right. Who did you have in the North Texas?
You got my
game?
sheet.
I got it right here. All right. You had Utah State.
No, that's you.
All right.
And I've got Michael's. I don't. You got mine in there somewhere.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I mean, A&T won 24-22. Utah State won 52-13. Lafayette got beat by Tulane 41-24.
Yeah.
Fresno won 31-20. Georgia Southern won 23-21. Appalachian State won 45-13. UAB won 37-13. Ohio beat San Diego State 27-0.
Boy, that was a big win.
Marshall beat South Florida 38-20. FIU beat Toledo 35-32. BYU beat Western Michigan 49-18. Wake Forest beat Memphis 37-34. That was a great game.
What about this score?
Army won 70-14.
Can you believe that?
Quite his job. Troy Trojans won 42-32. La Tech blew out Hawaii 31-14. Boston College Boise State got canceled.
Can you believe that?
Minnesota won 34-10 over Georgia Tech. TCU won 10-7. Duke won 56-27. Wisconsin won 35-3. Baylor won 45-38. Auburn won 63-14. Syracuse beat West Virginia 34-18. Washington State beat Iowa State 28-26. Nevada beat Arkansas State 16-13. Florida won 41-15 over Michigan. South Carolina got blown out by Virginia 28-0. And then Alabama beat Oklahoma 45-34. Clemson won 30-3.
Nevada? We talked about Nevada. Nevada won, didn't they?
That's right. Cincinnati came back and beat Virginia Tech 35-31. Stanford beat Pittsburgh 14-13. Oregon beat Michigan State 7-6. Oklahoma State beat Missouri 38-33.
And Missouri in that game had over 600 yards in total offense.
Northwestern comes back and beats Utah 31-20.
Yep.
Texas A&M blows out NC State 52-13. Iowa wins 27-22 over Mississippi State. Kentucky beats Penn State 27-24.
That was a huge win for the SEC right there.
LSU wins 40-32. Ohio State wins 20-23, and then Texas beats Georgia 28-21.
Exactly. And
so this is right, and we picked two high school games.
That's right. The Army. Well, and also we picked Army Navy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that was right.
Looks like there was 42 games total, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's so right. Michael was 26-16.
And you were, I think, the same.
26-16, that is awful.
All right, I want to say you were the same thing. What did y'all's over-under? What was over-under?
Well, we haven't picked this game yet. The Alabama game
yet.
Yeah,
that's right.
And I don't have my sheet, so
I'm thinking that we're tied. Y'all two are tied at that. And then, all right, go ahead and make your prediction and the score.
Oh, for this game?
Yeah. Alabama.
And of course, I like Alabama to win the game. I'm going to say 38-31.
38-31. And let me tell you now, Michael has already, wait a minute, no, excuse me. No, that's not you. Okay, 38-13.
38-31.
31. Mine was, see what I say over there.
Well, now this is Michael's sheet.
Yeah, that's right. That's Michael's.
Will's already gone on record and says he likes Clemson.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, I know it. What's the score, Will, that you like?
Alabama 40, Clemson 35.
Wait a minute.
I thought you said you like Clemson to win it.
You changed your mind.
Points. I like the points.
Oh, okay. I got you.
What's the line?
What is the line?
This is not a betting service, Will.
I was going to say 6 or 7. So.
All right, Will. All right. Michael, what was yours again?
What's the score?
Yeah. Because y'all are tied. This is going to do it.
I'm going to take Alabama 42-30. I'm going to take Alabama 42-40.
Woo!
That could very well happen.
So you like the game over, is that right?
I don't know what the total is.
I do too.
All right, Will likes the game over.
What's
61,
the total?
61.
61, okay.
And, boy, were the people upset, Will, when Alabama didn't go ahead and score right there in the last?
There were a lot of people upset, but I wasn't upset. I already had a winner. I had it at 78, and they had 79 points. Let's go.
Oh, did you? That, of course, that final score was...
Well, I want to tell y'all a story while we're talking about this.
Yeah, I want to hear.
Because I don't... Is the Neil Brown official yet?
No,
it still has not been announced. It's still he and Luke Fickell, I guess.
That's right, yeah. And Fickell came in late, so I think that's why everything's taking such a long time.
Well, Sunday, and I think this story actually broke January the 1st.
Yeah. You're snow skiing.
And I'm in Utah. Sunday, December the 30th, we're back in from skiing about 4 o'clock, somewhere in that vicinity, and our dinner reservations aren't till 8, so we've got some time to kill. So I asked him, I said, y'all want to walk up Main Street or something? Of course, my son wanted to lay there and watch football, like he always does, but John and Alex and I decided we'd go shopping. So it's about the second or third store we go in. And we walk in, and, we're right in the store on the right, and the three of us are talking, and my daughter's looking at something. And then the guy sitting behind the counter asked me, he said, so where are y'all from? And I turned and I looked at him, and I said, Alabama. He said, I thought I noticed an accent, and, a little small chat. We're there for another 5 minutes or so, and then he says, well, let me ask you this. Do y'all know anything about a town in Alabama called Troy? Well, John and I both turn and look at him at the same time and say, that's where we're from.
Yeah.
So he proceeds to start asking me questions about Troy, and he kind of leads into the football program in Troy. Yeah. And I said, yeah, they got a great program. I said, the guy's won, the guy that said now has won 10 games in a row, or 10 games a year, 3 years in a row now. Yeah. And this year he did it losing his starting quarterback in the second or third game of the year, so he had to do it with his backup. I said, he's done a great job. And he says, well, what kind of person is he? And then I said, well, he's a great family man. And I turned and I asked Alex, how many?
You also probably give him a car, too, don't you?
Well, not to Neil, but I said, Alex, how many children do Neil and his wife have? And she said 3, because I taught 2 of them last year in cheer camp or something like that. Yeah. And then he starts asking some more questions. Well, then he finally gets around to telling me, he says, and I explained to him I'm an Alabama guy. My daughter goes to Alabama, but we go to some of the Troy games, and I've got a vehicle over there, and I support them. He said, well, I think we're fixing to hire your football coach. And at this time, I hadn't seen a TV in a week. So I'm like, oh, really? I said, who is we? He said, well, I'm a West Virginia booster. I said, so have y'all done something with Holgerson? He said, no, but we're going to. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, he's kind of worn out his welcome in West Virginia.
So I
said, what do you mean by worn out his welcome? He said, well, I own 2 stores here next door to each other in Park City, Utah. And when people come in and start conversations with me, and it leads into college football, and they all know that our football coach is a drunk with a gambling problem, he said, we probably got an issue.
Yeah.
He said, but we've been aware of that. But he said he'd had several calls that morning about what was going on and what was taking place. Yeah. And he said, what's going to happen is Holgerson is going to take the Houston job where they just fired Applewhite. Yeah. But he's not going to take it till January the 1st because right now his buyout's $2.5 million, and on January the 1st it drops to $1 million.
Oh, really?
So they're going to wait till Monday to
now
hire
we know
Holgerson,
the rest of the story.
And then we're going to go after your coach. He said, I think we've already got it worked out. Now, this is the 30th, so I go back, and I can't find anything on Facebook and the Messenger or anything. Yeah. So I see a Facebook thread where Jason Jones and Jeff Ellis are talking. Yeah. And I just posted in there, I said, so I'm in a store here, go through this story. And the way I worded it is, word is that Holgerson is worn out his welcome at West Virginia. He's going to Houston, and guess who West Virginia wants? Well, of course, Jeff Ellis thought Saban because that's where Saban's from. Yeah. Oh. So he responds back and he said, I think both those schools are wishing for more than they can ever get. He said, because there's no way in HELL that Nick Saban would go to West Virginia.
That's right.
And I responded, I said, no, it's not Nick Saban they want, it's the guy in Troy. And then nothing said about it for 2 days. Yeah. And then the story breaks, I guess, New Year's Day.
That's right.
And I'm en route back. So as soon as I land, I text Jeff, Facebook messaging him. I said, hey, have y'all heard anything on the Neil Brown story? Yeah. And Holgerson. And he said, man, you're not going to believe this. He said, but the story broke today exactly like that guy told you it was going to happen. He said, Holgerson took the Houston job on January the 1st, and Neil Brown is the leading candidate to replace him. Yeah. Now, I don't know if that's where Neil winds up. They might hire Luke Fickell, but obviously this guy was a booster that gave a good bit of money to West Virginia for them to be calling him and him to be involved in what was going on with the decisions they were making because he knew all this up front.
All right,
it's about $3 million, which is nothing to a program like West Virginia.
And we think that the great I reckon the lawyer that Saban's lawyer is the same lawyer. I think that.
And you think his agent's Jimmy Sexton?
Jimmy Sexton.
I think it is. I think it is Jimmy Sexton.
You think Neil's agent's Jimmy Sexton?
Yeah. And Michael told us something just a while ago that the buyout.
You probably Google that.
That Brown's buyout was what? Did you say over $1 million?
I said $3 million.
Yeah.
$3 million.
His. That was the other thing that guy talked about as we carried that conversation on. He said, believe it or not, he said the buyout we're going to have to pay to get your coach is going to be a lot more than the buyout Houston is going to have to pay to get our coach. He said, but our coach is not going to have a choice of staying. Yeah. Because I think they were already tired of some of his antics and some of the stuff he'd done in the past. Yeah. So he said he's really not going to have a choice but to take the Houston job if they want him. And I said it's amazing you can be standing on the other side of the country and run into a guy that actually initiated the conversation with me, but there was a West Virginia booster and knew exactly what was going on.
No question about it.
That blew my mind.
Now again, I've got right now on the contest, and of course this is for Done It for Two from.
And I used my other one, and it sure was good.
I was wondering about that.
It was good.
Big Graves.
My wife and I went.
It is a great place to eat. Okay, but both of y'all lost 16. All right, Michael, you like Alabama. Give us the score.
He said 40.
All right, well, let's do it again.
He said 42-40.
42-40, Michael. All right, now let's also, just in case we have a tie, let's go over and under. Do you like it over or under?
Well, you get your totals there. 38, 40. I like 69 points. He likes 82 points.
All right, Michael likes 72.
82.
82. All right, that's Michael. All right.
We obviously both like it over. If what do you say, Will? 61.
Yeah, I think 40 to 35. I like Clemson to cover the points, and now the previous two championship games, Clemson covered both times.
Yeah. All right, Jim.
Both high-scoring games.
All right, Jim, you've got 38-31.
The line is now, the live line now is 5.5 and 59.5, so it's coming down.
Dropping is coming down, yeah.
Both sides, both ways, it's coming down.
Give us your score, Jim.
38-31. You got it on top.
38-31, and you got to like it over.
Yeah.
Okay, over what?
And another thing that's going to have the effect on that, or an effect on that.
Is that over 59?
Yeah, that's over 59. Is the weather? You know, there's a chance that it could be in the 30s and mist and rain out there.
In California?
Yes, they've had several nights that have dipped down into the 30s in the last couple of weeks.
Brand new stadium, though, isn't it, pretty much?
I would guess it's not very old, because didn't they build it for the 49ers?
Yeah, that's right.
It's 4 years old, I thought.
All right, Will, yours is 40-35 and 61 over 61.
Yeah, he likes it over too.
All right, over 61.
Oh yeah, I'd say 40 to 35.
All right, that's good.
Will, I checked yesterday on Tider Insider for a guy, and there was 2 posts back to back. I think the tickets are $775, $675, $575, and $475 are the regular price tickets.
Yeah.
And there was a guy trying to sell 2 at $675, buy one get one free. And then there was another. The post right below it had 2 in the $675 price range for 50% off. And I asked the guy I was talking to. I said, "Now, which one of those would be the best deal? 2 at 50% off, or buy one get one free?"
Exactly.
Because it's the same price.
Exactly right.
Yeah, it looks like Monday night is going to be overcast, 60 for a high, low of 47.
Okay, so it's not going to be as cold as they were talking about earlier.
You know, you out in the mountains, it was a lot different watching games because you had to stay up way late to watch a game, didn't you?
You know, we didn't watch a lot of football out there. The 29th, you know, we booked off the last half of the day on the 29th to watch football.
Yeah.
But it's actually kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, the Alabama game was over before 10 o'clock out there.
Let me ask you this. Did you see many people get hurt?
Very few.
Yeah.
Very few. But now I skied. There's three mountains out there. There's the Canyons, there's Park City Mountain Resort, and there's Deer Valley. Yeah. Deer Valley is one of the only mountains left in the country where they do not allow snowboarders.
Yeah.
And they do not it was crowded, but they do not oversell their tickets.
Yeah.
You know, once they sell X number of tickets, they close the gate. They don't keep selling.
But now y'all snowboard a lot too. That was
I didn't. I don't snowboard.
You don't?
I do not snowboard.
How about
I started too late.
Don't you have a snow? All right, the snowboarding, and then you got a snow vehicle too, don't you?
Snowmobiling. Yes, we did go snowmobiling one day.
You like that?
Up at Daniel, that was a blast.
Yeah.
Of
course, Park City is where they had the Olympics, and a lot of those.
In 2002, I think the facilities are still there. They're actually remodeling where they did some of the ski jumps and stuff, and turning it into what is now going to be the world's biggest tubing facility.
Yeah.
Where you can go tubing while you're out there.
Oh man, that's something. Now tubing on snow or tubing on?
On snow, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm sure they'll put some kind of artificial surface where you can do it during the summer on grass.
Yeah. Jim Jackson has joined us. Of course, Will Matthews on the
I was
phone.
reading an article. Did you ever think that Freddie Kitchens could possibly be an NFL coach? He's in line to be maybe the Cleveland Browns head football coach.
He's offensive coordinator there now, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, the Browns had their best season in years as him as offensive coordinator.
Yep.
I tell you what, he might have been the most underrated quarterback probably that ever played at Alabama. Maybe.
Well, I think a lot of that was because of his size.
Yeah.
You know, he was a big guy.
And boy, he was a hard-nosed guy too. I know that. And but Alabama didn't win in his era, did it?
Not a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see.
I'm trying to find Jimmy Texas months. It's not really telling you anything.
And we don't know that for sure, but I'm thinking that Jimmy Sexton, being from Kentucky and being around a lot of these guys, I would think that Sexton was definitely in the,
Texas will be Tennessee booster.
I know he is, yeah. In fact, I met his father one day at an Alabama-Tennessee game, and great people. So
all right, August 22nd, 2018. Let me read this article.
Who represents 11 of the 14 SEC coaches?
Oh, does he really? 11 out of 14?
I saw his name here. Let me. Troy's 21-5 record over the past 2 years is one of the best marks in the country. I guess this was last year. Brown interviewed for the Arizona job in January. All right, here we go. Satterfield and Brown each secured the services of super agent Jimmy Sexton in the offseason.
Okay. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean, Will?
Sexton's client list features 11 of the SEC's 14 head coaches, including Saban, Smart, Jimbo Fisher.
Malzahn.
Well, that's the only ones they list, but yeah.
People sort of cringe when they see Jimmy Sexton get out of the car, don't they, Will? Hey, Will.
He might have lost Will.
I lost Will. He must have dropped off. He had a court duty in, or actually had a.
Well, we should know something. I would think by tomorrow.
I'm sure now with Sexton, he's gonna get top dollar, don't you think?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly there's a contract on the table.
Yeah.
4 years, $11 million.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
That's not a bad.
$2.75 million.
You go from what, $800,000 a year to $2.75, $2 million a year raise.
Yeah, you
can't walk away from that. And look, didn't we have this conversation? Was it the last show 2 or 3 weeks ago, or 4 or 5 weeks ago? Anyway, we talked about, you want somebody to want the coach of Troy, because if they don't, he's not winning.
I want a guy that wants. You're right. I want if he comes in saying I'm the best coach in America, hey, I'm for that. Just prove it.
Now you know whose job that makes really tough is Jeremy McClain.
Yeah.
Because he can't make a bad hire. Because if you do, that one bad hire will set you back 6, 7, 8 years.
All right, now I've heard
there's plenty of new blood out there that can get the job done.
I'm gonna throw somebody out at you right now, because this guy, he didn't call me, but somebody close to him called me, and I don't know why he called me, but it seems like that happens. They think I've got some pull, but I don't. But the Lindsey kid who left Auburn was offense coordinator. Chip Lindsey is at Kansas now, making $500,000 a year. I hear he is very interested in the Troy job.
Is he from this area?
If it goes.
I mean, from somewhere.
He's from Huntsville.
Okay, so he is from Alabama.
He coached at Troy before under Blakeney.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He went to First Baptist Church. I think he had 3 children.
The connection is he was offense coordinator at Southern Miss for 2 years when McClain was there.
Yeah, so they know him. Yeah.
And then he went from Southern Miss to Arizona State and coached there as offense coordinator, and then he went to Auburn, coached there for 2 years, and now he's at Kansas.
Yeah. And, of course, I don't know if
the thing is, Malzahn, he had a great first year with Stidham, and, of course, they beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa, and then, they beat Alabama in Auburn, and then, of course, they beat Georgia in Auburn. And then this year, the offense kind of went backwards.
Yeah, I know it. A lot of people think that Malzahn's one of the best play callers in football. And what he did, he took over the play calling for the bowl game. I don't know if he did for the Alabama game or not. What do you think?
Well, he had, and I didn't see any of the Auburn game. I didn't see a single play.
You didn't.
But, he had 4 weeks to get ready for this job. Yeah. If he's calling the plays, he had 4 weeks to come up with a game plan. That's a lot different than in the middle of the regular season, where you're studying film on Sunday, and then you basically got 2 days to come up with your game plan for the following weekend and decide what you're going to do. That makes a lot of difference in prep time.
Oh, yeah.
And, it gives him more time to think about what he wants to do, set up his game plan, look at his options. Not just him, but any offensive coordinator. But with him filling the role of the head coach and the play caller, then he's basically trying to do 2 jobs.
Of course, this is all speculation, ladies and gentlemen, our speculation. He is a good young coach that is one of the bright coaches out there. But, of course, there's a lot of them.
They got an article about Clemson's wide receiver, Hunter Renfro. How in the world is that guy still at Clemson? It feels like he's been there 7 years.
I saw a meme last night that said, and on another note, 14th year senior Hunter Renfro plays his final game at Clemson. And we think
he might have had as much to do with them winning the national championship over Alabama as anybody. He was just phenomenal.
They couldn't stop him in that game.
He was phenomenal, and not a big guy, but
on the goal line down there, You got Tony Brown covering him. He's in the slot. All Alabama had to do there was just tackle their guys if they had to and make them kick a field goal and that game goes to overtime.
All right, what do they call it when the receiver blocks the other receiver?
They ran a pick play.
It was a pick play. It was an obvious pick play, and it should have been called, and they didn't call it. But it was obvious. Of course.
Last year Alabama blew out Clemson. That game wasn't even close. But I'm thinking this year it's going to go right down the wire.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be.
I've actually got to get out of here.
Hold on, now.
I had a doctor's appointment.
He's got to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is everything all right?
Oh yeah. I came out with a crud, and I'm leaving again, so I'm going to get rid of it.
Well, I want to mention this big basketball game in town tonight. Troy University goes up against Coastal Carolina. That should be a great game, Mike.
Yeah, Cliff Ellis, the former Auburn coach, will be in town tonight. Of course, he used to have a beach house right next to your good friend Buck Cooley.
That's right. They're big friends, yeah.
No doubt.
And of course,
we gotta let Jim go. He's got to
is
get out
that a
early.
6 o'clock game or a 7 o'clock game? Do y'all know?
Tonight, I do not know.
That is important. We'll give you that. We'll give you that information when we get back. Jim, thanks so much.
I've enjoyed it. It's been a good year.
But Jim, just tell you the bowl game. Of course, you won the regular season. Now you and Mike are going head to head with the bowl games, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. Michael right now has the game.
I guess going into the next.
Michael has the game 38-31, or is that Jim?
No, that's Jim. I got it 42-40.
All right, Michael, 42-40 over the 60. Jim's got it 38-31 over the 60 or the 59.
Yeah, well, it's 59. Either 59 and a half. Right
and and those are the two that'll be trying to win the dinner at B. Graves. And of course, you said it was good.
Oh, it was very good. Very good.
Of course, it's a nice place to dine. Especially if you like just enjoy the atmosphere.
No doubt.
Of course, it's got white tablecloths.
Oh yeah.
Great hors d'oeuvres, and you could get tied up in there 2 hours eating.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't you?
You get talking to people, and we had another couple with us, and we were probably there about 2 hours.
Yeah, and of course, a lot of fun, no question about it. And
but it's been a good year.
Dining experience in Troy, downtown Troy.
No doubt. I'll try to. I think I have something next Thursday morning, but I'll try maybe the week after that to come back by.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Wrap it up.
Be a lot of fun. Now, one other thing.
We got to go to commercial, Dad.
I know, but just hold on 1 second. You got plenty of Tahoes and plenty of.
Oh yeah. And actually, yesterday wrapped everything up. I think we sold 6 more new ones yesterday, which is going to put us just shy of 50. I think we're going to sell 47 or 48 new for the month.
For the month,
which is a big month. A lot of trucks, a lot of full size SUVs.
Did you take somebody a vehicle on Christmas Day?
They delivered some vehicles the day before.
They did.
I don't know if they had to take one. I wasn't here, so.
But they did deliver it.
Yeah, they did. I don't know if they had to actually deliver it to the customer, just meet them there to pick it up, and what the deal was. But yeah, it's been a really busy week for them.
Yeah, no question about it. We'll be back with more of Today in L.A. right after this. Thank you, Jim.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Tori Dunn from Dixie Trails. You get your truck washed here?
I sure do.
Really, Dunn? I know you're not bringing them cow trucks over here.
I do, and they're like new when I leave.
Loretta, what are you doing?
Getting my car detailed.
At Trojan Detail, we do it all.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Dixieland Dental, located 9 miles north of Dothan on Highway 231. Dr. Michael Precise, Dr. John Strength, Dr. Damon Strength, and Dr. Robert Precise make up one of the largest dental clinics in Alabama. Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen.
$1 night at Trojan Arena. Troy men's basketball Sunbelt opener against Coastal Carolina will be at 6 o'clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about a tremendous...
fan favorite event. Listen to this. We'll feature several items available for $1. These items include general admission tickets to the game, plus hot dogs will be $1, soft drinks $1, popcorn will be $1 in the concession stands. Please note the dollar items at the concession stands will feature cash-only sales, so have cash in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope that they don't just cut you off at one hot dog. I hope that if you wanted to buy 5, I'm serious, if you want to buy 5 hot dogs, that's where it should be. You give them $5.
I don't see why they would cut you off. I don't.
But they have in the past. They have in the past where they, but hopefully they don't have any. To me, $1 off should be $1 off, and of course $1 to get in the game. What a bargain!
That is ridiculous for a team that's probably one of the best teams Troy's had in years. They're 7-5. They beat West Kentucky at West Kentucky, beat UAB at UAB for the first time ever. I mean, this is a steal of a deal. Are the students not back yet?
No, they're not. I don't think they start class until Monday, I think.
Well, I mean, everybody needs to go out and support this team. I mean, I wish to goodness I didn't have, I'm up here in Birmingham, and I got a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, but I wish I could go down there to support this team. They're really playing good basketball.
No question, and it should be a great ball game and quite a bargain. Bring the whole family and feed them hot dogs, and I tell you, you'll have a lot of fun. Should be plenty of good seats. The campus is not back from the holidays yet, so the students won't be in full force like hopefully they should be.
Troy's got another home game, I think, on Saturday as well.
Yeah, that's great. How about the girls? Do they play tonight too?
I'm not seeing if the girls play or not. I'm not seeing that. Looks like Coastal Carolina 6-6 and Troy's 7-5.
Yeah, of course, coached by a guy I think is one of the best coaches out there. And Mike, how long has he been at Coastal?
I don't know. He's been at Coastal probably 12 years is what it says.
And, of course, he coached at Auburn.
Cliff Ellis has won over 600 career games.
Yeah, he coached at Auburn. But he got his start. You know where he got his start? I think was at Chipola.
South Alabama.
But South Alabama is where he got his start. And, of course, gained a good reputation. Was he did he coach at the College of Charleston or
no, he coached at Clemson, too.
At Clemson, that's right. He coached at Clemson. So he coached at Clemson and Auburn and South Alabama and was a very good coach. He also
plays as a singer.
Yeah, he plays in a band. He's had a band for a long time. And, he had a lot of Troy friends, Mike. He knows, because of the beach and everything down there, he's got a lot of Troy friends. And
he's from Marianna, Florida.
That's right. Sure is, from Marianna and the home of our former base.
713 career wins.
That is really something. And he's a very nice guy. And like I said, Buck Corley, my good friend, was next door neighbors with him at the beach for a long time. And they did a lot of things together. I want to mention also, Mike, that is going to be right on top of us before you know it, is baseball. Baseball season will be on top of us. The first of
February.
February, yeah. They'll be opening up the baseball season. Can you believe that?
That's unbelievable.
And of course, I love baseball too. And Troy University's got a great baseball product, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Coach Smart took him to the NCAA tournament last year, and of course he went to those games in Athens, Georgia, and Troy beat Duke, and was up against Georgia in the second game, and then Troy just ran out of pitching.
Yeah.
That was a crazy situation when they had their two top starters only lasted 3 innings in each game, and one of them was due to injury. And I think maybe both of them were due to injury.
And then another big thing, I was at that. I spent 4 nights up there. Was the night game that we were waiting on to play Georgia. They kept messing around, and the rain, was just reaping havoc on the tournament. But they were fixing to start playing a late night game. I think it would have started around 10 o'clock, and the time limit ran out on them. So instead of playing the game, and Troy was red hot at the time, they would have played Georgia. They could have advanced more to in the winners bracket and gave them an opportunity to get the pitching back, and it could have been a different story on who won that region.
Yeah, Troy will host Coastal Carolina tonight at 6 p.m., and then on Saturday, Appalachian State will come to Troy at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Really interesting how the Sun Belt schedules and makes these schedules so early on the weekend games at 2 p.m. I mean, I just don't understand why you don't have that game at 6, 7 o'clock, but I guess that's the way the Sun Belt does it.
I know it. I'm the same way.
Travel purposes, I think, is why it's the case.
And it must be on TV, too. Wouldn't you think it might be on TV?
It's not on, anything national. It's on ESPN Plus, which you have to pay $5 a month for to get that.
How do you get ESPN Plus, Mike?
It's on the ESPN app. So basically, if you have it on your smartphone or have it on your tablet, I have a television where I have a Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick, where I can watch. I can have the ESPN app on my actual television, so I can watch it on my 55-inch television, which I like.
That does help. I want to mention Circle Insurance, and I tell you, he is a big basketball fan, and of course we appreciate our good friend Sam Judah. Been in the insurance business a long time and does a great job. Noble Manor for assisted living. No better place to live than Noble Manor on Botts Avenue right here in Troy. So I want to also mention our good friends at Bird Drugs on the corner in downtown Troy. Looking forward to a great breakfast. They start serving breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they'll serve breakfast till 10, and then they'll have their lunch menu starting at 10. So it's wonderful food at Bird Drugs. Also, P.S. Falk Furniture. Mike, you know all about his outfit. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Andy's got, great, furniture. I mean, any couches, any kind of, bedding, for your house. I mean, he's got it all. I mean, he's got, teak wood, driftwood products. He gets stuff that's, very unique from all over the world. I was talking to a good friend of Andy's, and Andy's actually going out west. He's going out to Santa Clara for the Alabama game, and he's a big Alabama fan, so I'm sure he's excited about the game. But yeah, PS Ball Furniture. If anybody's in Enterprise, Andy's got a huge store down there. Tons of things to see, and really, really cool items you can't see in most places in Alabama.
Yeah, no question about it. I've been down there many times, and I tell you right now,
he sells a lot of his stuff, his driftwood, teakwood stuff to places down on 30A at the beach. A lot of people sell his stuff down there.
Mike, it was something that was interesting that I'll talk about tomorrow on this show. Is the underdog. Everybody talks about the underdog being for some reason playing harder than the favorite. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go over that.
You got to be motivated in the bowl games. There's no doubt about it.
Exactly right, and we're gonna go over that a little bit to see.
Maybe we'll actually know who the coach of Troy and West Virginia is going to be tomorrow.
Well, I tell you something too. Something that really this Endlinger, the quarterback at Texas.
Yeah, I think his name's Ellinger.
I think they're going to be a team to beat next year.
Yeah, it's going to basically come down to see who Oklahoma gets as a quarterback. Of course, Kyler Murray's going to play Major League Baseball, and it always comes down to Texas and Oklahoma. It seems like that's what Neil Brown's got to factor in. Do I think I can beat Oklahoma and Texas? Can he turn West Virginia around to compete with the big boys? Of course, that's where all the money is too at Oklahoma and Texas too. So Texas is crazy?
Isn't that amazing? That is amazing. Now, Notre Dame used to. Do they don't anymore?
I mean, Notre Dame just has a contract with NBC to cover their football games, but they don't actually have their own network.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed our show today, and of course, we appreciate you so very much, and all our sponsors, Max Credit, Federal Credit Union, located on the bypass right here in Troy.
I mean, I tell you how we can find out about all this is has the West Virginia plane been to the Troy Municipal Airport?
Yeah, that's right. The West Virginia plane landed at the Troy Municipal Airport. Mike, I tell you what, with Pickle in the picture now, I'm not near as positive about this as I might have been.
Pickle was the interim coach at Ohio State. I think he went 6-6 as the interim coach, and then of course they hired Urban Meyer.
Now he was at Ohio State for how long?
He was at Ohio State for just 1 year as the interim coach, but he was the defense coordinator at Ohio State for several years.
That's right. That's what I thought. And
he played at Ohio State.
Yeah.
He's an Ohio State guy.
And see, they like the way he can recruit that area up there too. So that would have a big.
Yeah, there's a lot of football players in Ohio, and of course, you know, Kentucky borders into West Virginia as well. You know, when we went to Huntington to Marshall, you know, it's right there all together. Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, all border each other right there.
Let me tell you, I wanted to say something to my good friend Neil Brown. We love you. We want the best for you, but at the same time, we would be happy as a lark if you did not get that job.
Yeah, I mean, but he deserves it, and his staff.
I know he does. I know he does.
You know, you got to be happy for him either way.
Yeah, I would be, but hey, you're exactly right. Either way, and of course, if you come back, we'd love it, and you know, because you've done such a great job here. 25-5 over the last 3 years? Is that what it was?
No, I mean, you won 10, 11, and 10, so you're 31.
31.
He's 31 and 8. The last
31 and 8.
The last 3 years.
No question about it. I hope
he lost 3, 2, and 3.
Yeah, no question about it. Thank you, Mike Amos. Appreciate you very much. And we'll be with you tomorrow morning, ladies and gentlemen, bright and early for Today in LA. See you then.